ऊपर का हल्ला गुल्ला
That's some right. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Guru Bhaktavrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Guru Bhaktavrinda Tस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं भूतपदां मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदपद्मं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं सहगजातं सहगण रघुनाथं वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पदान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते तप्तकांचन गौरंग राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वहानि सुते देवी वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां कृष्ण। So we are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 2, in text 61. So now let's try these verses. Cheshavam Tribhuvan Bhutam Chapalam Chatavamana Vadhigam Diralam Murali Rasi Muktam Muktam Mojam Adikshitam Dikshanayam. Oh Krishna, so this is entitled, this chapter entitled The Ecstatic Manifestations of Lord Chaitanya. So he's feeling separation from Krishna and he's reciting these beautiful, beautiful shlokas. Oh Krishna, oh flute player, the sweetness of your early age is wonderful within these three worlds. You know your unsteadiness and I know yours. No one else knows about this. I want to see your beautiful, attractive face somewhere in a solitary place, but how can this be accomplished? So this is a verse from Srila Bilva Mangal Thakur in Krishna Karanamrita. So actually, I posted somewhere a beautiful series of deities of ISKCON. I'll just post it on this group also. It's so stunning. You should see, but to appreciate, you should be focused and concentrated. All right? Don't do something else. And watch this. It has to be watched. It cannot be heard only. Right, Krishna vision. Krishna vision, meaning all the deities of ISKCON, you will be mesmerized. You just see so many deities in ISKCON. Did you see that in the Radha? Did you see that? It's mesmerizing. Anyway, so this is how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was feeling when he's thinking of Krishna. So I'm sending this so that you have an idea. Oh Krishna, oh flute player, the sweetness of your early age is wonderful within these three worlds. Okay, now text 62. Have to remember. Give me a tune now, I've forgotten. in your children. Tumhara madhuri bala, tati mora chapala, ei dui tu ami jani. Kahan porol kahan yang, kahan gele tumapahan, taha more kahata pani. My dear Krishna, only you and I know the strength of your beautiful features, and because of them, my unsteadiness. Now, this is my position. I do not know what to do or where to go. Where can I find you? I'm asking you to give directions. Nana bhavira prabhalya, hela sandhi sabaliya, bhave bhave haila maha rana. Sukhya chapalya dainyam, rosa marashadi shenya. Remon Madha Sabara Kara. Because the various kinds of ecstasy, contradictory states of mind occurred. And this resulted in a great fight between different types of ecstasy. Anxiety, impotence, humility, anger, and impatience were all like soldiers fighting, and the madness of love of Godhead was the cause. So in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, it is stated that when similar ecstasies from separate causes meet, they are called Swarup Sandhi. When opposing elements meet, whether they arise from a common cause or different causes, their conjunction is called Vibhina Rupa Sandhi, the meeting of contradictory ecstasies. The simultaneous joining of different ecstasies, fear and happiness, regret and happiness is called meeting. Sandhi. The word Shabaliya refers to different types of ecstatic symbols combined together, like pride, despondency, humility, remembrance, doubt, impatience caused by insult, fear, disappointment, patience, and eagerness. The friction that occurs when these combine is called Shabalya. Similarly, when the desire to see the object is very prominent, and when one is unable to tolerate any delay in seeing the desired object, the incapability is called autsukya, or ignorance, eagerness. When such eagerness is present, one's mouth dries up and one becomes restless. One also becomes full of an anxiety, and hard breathing and patience are observed. Similarly, the lightness of heart caused by a strong attachment and strong agitation of the mind is called impotence, chapalya. Failure of judgment, misuse of words, and obstinate activities devoid of anxiety or observed. Similarly, when one becomes too angry at the other party, offensive and abominable speech occurs, and this anger is called rose. When one becomes impatient due to being scolded or insulted, the resultant state of mind is called amarsha. In this state of mind, one perspires, acquires a headache, fades in bodily color, and experiences anxiety and an urge to search out the remedy. The bearing of a grudge, aversion, and chastisement are all visible symptoms. So we can read Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. All right. So we'll have examples of all this. How many of you have read Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu? Right. So we can take it again. Such lovely pastimes. So when these emotions are exhibited, so examples like here, it's like the theory is being given. The theory of the mixtures of emotions, and when they meet, so then you will have examples, examples of each, how Radharani is behaving, how the cowherd are behaving, the interaction among them. So all this is, so then this is exhibited. It's just rasa. Text 64. Mata gaja bhava gana prabhura deha ikshuvana gaja yudhe ganera dalana pura haila divyanmada tanmanera vasada Bhava veshe kare sambodhana. The body of the Lord was just like a field of sugar cane into which the mad elephants of ecstasy entered. There was a fight among the elephants, and in the process, the entire field of sugar cane was destroyed. Thus, transcendental madness was awakened in the body of the Lord, and he experienced despondency in mind and body. In this ecstatic condition, he began to speak as follows. He Deva, he Daite, he Bhuvane Bandho, he Krishna, he Chapala, he Karun, he Kasindhu, he Natha, he Ramana, he Nayana, Bhirama, ha ha kadanu bhavitasi padam drishurme. Oh my Lord, oh dearest one, oh only friend of the universe, oh Krishna, oh restless one, oh only ocean of mercy, oh my Lord, oh my enjoyer, oh beloved of my eyes, alas, when will you again be visible to me? So this also is from Krishna Karnamrita by, is it Kavi Karnapur? Yeah, Bilva Mangar Thakur.
Mataji, why is it, was Bilma Mangla Thakur before Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami? How is it that he's quoting his verses here?
Must be. Must be. Must be. He's quoting his verses. So sweet, right? Bilva Mangal Thakur. Everybody knows the story of Bilva Mangal Thakur, right? Amazingly sweet. Hey Deva, hey Daita, hey Bhuvan, hey Kabandhu, hey Krishna, hey Chapala, hey Karun, hey Kasindhu, hey Natha, hey Ramana, hey Nayana Bhirama, ha Kadano Bhavitasi Padam Drishurme. So this is separation, right? So meaning this is the stage of prema and beyond. So we are not able to relate to all this because, at our stage, we're not feeling separation from Krishna. We're not hankering like this, right? When will I see you? So we remember that Bilva Mangal Thakur also, he had a break in his devotional service from past life. And when he took birth, he did some very bad things. And then again, he was awakened, his bhakti, his sadhana was awakened. And with great intensity, he started to pursue Krishna. And that purification finally, this bhava and prema, like arose in him. And this is what he wrote, right? So when he was so attached to Chintamani, right? This prostitute Chintamani, who he was associating with. And she said him, if you had so much, eagerness for Krishna, where will you be today? Right? So then he was suddenly awoken from his bewilderment, and he just left. And he started for Mathura. So this is what he wrote. Now that Bhava awakened in him. Unmadira Lakshana Karaya Krishna Spurana Bhavaveshe Utte Pranayamana Sulundha Vachanariti Managarava Vyajastuti Kabhu Nindaka Bhuva Sama. The symptoms of madness serve as an impetus for remembering Krishna. The mood of ecstasy awoke love, disdain, defamation by words, pride, honor, and indirect prayer. Thus, Shri Krishna was sometimes blasphemed and sometimes honored. You should listen to Indradyumna Swami's every Friday, actually. He has one half an hour story about Krishna, Radharani. And you should listen. Just type Indradyumna Swami lectures, and he got a playlist. Rasa, he's got, I think, 600 stories to tell us about Krishna, Radharani, and all these interaction. So the word Udmada, anyway, Maharaj must be in total ecstasy. Doing so much research, thinking, only about Krishna and his pastimes. Now Radharani is focusing on Radharani. And he will focus one by one, like Radharani's tears, Radharani's glances, Radharani's, words. And I don't know how many short lectures. I won't say it's not lecture, it's just rasa that he's telling us. I will look and send you one of them, then you can listen every day. 600 stories he has. The word Unmad is explained in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu as extreme joy, misfortune, and bewilderment in the heart due to separation. Symptoms of Unmada are laughing like a madman, dancing, singing, performing ineffectual activities, talking nonsense, running, shouting, and sometimes working in contradictory ways. The word pranay is explained thus. When there is a possibility of receiving direct honor, but it is avoided, that love is called pranay. Shri Rupa Goswami in his Ujjvala Nilamani explained the word man thus. When the lover feels novel sweetness by exchanging hearty loving words, but wishes to hide his feelings by crooked means, man is experienced. All right, so who wants to read now? Okay, Madhuri.
तुम्ही क्रीडारता भुवनेर नारीयता ताहे कर अभिस्ता क्रीडाना तुम्ही मोर दयिता मोते वैसी तुम्हार चित्त मोरा भाग्य कैले आगमन. Translation. In the attitude of Radharani, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu addressed Krishna. My dear Lord, you are engaged in your pastimes and you utilize all the men in the universe according to your desire. You are so kind to me. Please divert your attention to me, for by fortune you have appeared before me. भुवनेर नारी गणा सबकार आकर्षण ताहाकार सब समाधान तुम्ही कृष्ण चित्त हरा एछ पुना पमरा पामरा तुम्हारा वाके बाकर माना. My dear Lord, you attract all the women of the universe and you make adjustments for all of them when they appear. You are Lord Krishna and you can enchant everyone, but on the whole, you are nothing but a debauchee. Who can honor you? Take 69. तुमार चपलामति एकत्र न है स्थिति तते तोमारा नहीं किछु दोष तुमी त करुणा सिंधु अमर प्राण बंधु तुम्हारे नाही मोरा कभरोष. My dear Krishna, your mind is always restless. You cannot remain in one place, but you're not at fault for this. You are actually the ocean of mercy, the friend of my heart. Therefore, I have no reason to be angry with you. तुम्ही नाथ व्रज प्राण व्रजेर कर परित्राण बहु कार्य नाही अवकाश तुम्ही अमर मान सुख दीते आगमन ए तो मारा वे दग्ध विलास. My dear Lord, you are the master in life and soul of Vrindavan. Kindly arrange for the deliverance of Vrindavan. We have no leisure hours away from your many activities. Actually, you are my enjoyer. You have appeared just to give me happiness, and this is one of your expert activities. Purport. The word Vedagdhya means that one is very expert, learned, humorous, cunning, beautiful, and skilled in manifesting caricatures.
Indira Radha, you would like to read? Muravakyaninda Mani Krishna Chadi Jela Jani Sunamura E Suti Bachana Nayanera Abhiram Tumi Mura Dhanna Pran Haha Puna Deha Darashan. Taking my words as defamation, Lord Krishna has left me. I know that he is gone, but kindly hear my prayers in praise. You are the satisfaction of my eyes. You are my wealth and my life. Alas, please give me your audience once again. Stambakam papashtweda vairvarnya ashru swarabheda deha haila pulake vyapita Hashe kande nache gaya uti iti uti dhaya kshane bhume padiya murchita. There were different transformations of the body of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being stunned, trembling, perspiring, fading away of color, weeping and choking of the voice. In this way, his whole body was pervaded by transcendental joy. As a result, sometimes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would laugh, sometimes cry, sometimes dance, and sometimes sing. Sometimes he would get up and run here and there, and sometimes fall on the ground and lose consciousness. In the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, 8 kinds of transcendental changes taking place in the body are described. Stamba, being stunned, refers to the mind's becoming transcendentally absorbed. In that state, the peaceful mind is placed on the life air and different bodily transformations are manifest. These symptoms are visible in the body of an advanced devotee. When life becomes almost inactive, it is called stunned. The emotions resulting from this condition are joy, fear, astonishment, moroseness, and anger. In this condition, the power of speech is lost, and there is no movement,
in the hands and legs. Otherwise, being stunned is a mental condition. Many other symptoms are visible on the entire body in the beginning. These are very subtle, but gradually they become very apparent. When one cannot speak, naturally one's active senses are arrested, and the knowledge acquiring senses are rendered inoperative. Kampa, trembling of the body, is mentioned in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu as a result of a special kind of fear, anger, and joy. This is called Vipatu or Kampa. When the body begins to perspire because of joy, fear, and anger combined, this is called Shveda. Vaivarnya is described as a change in the bodily color. It is caused by a combination of moroseness, anger, and fear. When these emotions are experienced, the complexion turns pale and the body becomes lean and thin. Ashru is explained in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu as a combination of joy, anger, and moroseness that causes water to flow from the eyes without effort. When there is joy and there are tears in the eyes, the temperature of the tears is cool. But when there is anger, the tears are hot. In both cases, the eyes are restless, the eyeballs are red, and there is itching. These are all symptoms of ashru. When there is a combination of moroseness, astonishment, anger, joy, and fear, there is a choking in the voice, which is happening to me, I think. This choking is called Gadgada. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu refers to Gadgada Rudaya Gira, or the faltering voice. In the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Pulaka is described as joy, encouragement, and fear. When these combine, the hairs of the body stand on end, and this bodily state is called Pulaka. My God, Prabhu, we'll never reach that stage, you know?
This is Asta Sadvika, right?
Mm.
8 types of ecstatic manifestations. Right, Preeti, you want to read?
Yes, Mataji. मूर्छया हेला साक्षात्कार ओथी करे हुंकार कहे इला महस्या कृष्णे रामाधुरी गुणे नाना ब्रह्मय मने श्लोक पदीय करे निश्चय. Translation. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was thus unconscious, he happened to meet Supreme Personality of Godhead. Consequently, he got up and immediately made a tumultuous sound, very loudly declaring, "Now Krishna, the great personality, is present." In this way, because of the Krishna's sweet qualities, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made different types of mistakes in his mind. Thus, by reciting the following verse, he ascertained the presence of Lord Krishna. Marashvamanu madhura duyite mandalamanu madhuryam ivanu mono nyantaram tanu veni mujunu mama vijita valabhonu Krishnoyam abhyudyate mama lochanaya. In the attitude of Radharani, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu addressed the gopis. My dear friends, where is that Krishna, Cupid personified, who has the effulgence of kadam flower, who is the sweetness itself, the nectar of my eyes and mind, who has loosened the hair of gopis, who is the supreme source of transcendental bliss, and my hair and soul, my life and soul. Has he come before my eyes again? This is a purport, another verse from Krishna. Karnamrit 68. Mataji, go ahead.
Yes.
Kiva e shakshat kama duite bimba murti man ki madhurya swam murti manta kiba mano netrotsava kiba pranavallabha satya krishna ehila netrananda. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then began to talk like this. Is Cupid personified present with the effulgence and the reflection of the Kadam tree? Is he the same person, personified sweetness? Who is the pleasure of my eyes and mind? Who is my life and soul? Has Krishna actually come before my eyes? Mataji will
Yes.
continue.
Yeah. Devavati, you will read?
Hare Krishna. Text 76. Guru Nanathapo Gano Shishe Prabhur Tanu Mono Nanarite Shotota Nachaya Nirbeda Vishadadenya Chapolo Harshadhairya Manu Ei Nritte Prabhur Kalajaya. Translation. As the spiritual master chastises the disciple and teaches him the art of devotional service, so all the ecstatic symptoms of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, including despondency, moroseness, humility, restlessness, joy, endurance, and anger, instructed his body and mind. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passed his time. চণ্ডীদাস বিদ্যাপতি রায়ের নাটক গীতি कर्णामृत श्री गीता गोविंद स्वरूप रामानंद शने महाप्रभु रात्रि दिने गाए শুনে পরম আনন্দ. Translation. He also passed his time reading the books and singing the songs of Chandidas and Vidyapati and listening to quotations from the Jagannath Vallabha Natako, Krishna Karnamrita, and Geet Govinda. Thus, in the association of Swarup Damodar and Rai Ramanand, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passed his days and nights chanting and hearing with great pleasure.
So now we know where all these songs are from, right? So Chandidas, Vidyapati, Jagannath Vallabha Nataka. This is from, is it Rai Ramananda who wrote this? Krishna Karnamrita, Geeta Govind is Jayadev Goswami. So this is from where he was listening to all these and repeating all those shlokas. So Mahaprabhu is teaching us to feel separation from Krishna. This is his method. But we are not sufficiently feeling separation from Krishna. So Mahaprabhu is teaching us how to feel separation from Krishna. Longing and longing. 78. Purira Vatsalya Mukha Ramanandera Shuddha Sakhya Govinda Dera Shuddha Dasya Gadadhara Jagadananda Swarupera Mukhya Rasananda Echari Bhave Prabhu God. Among his associates, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enjoyed paternal loving affection from Paramananda Puri, friendly affection with Ramananda Rai, unalloyed service from Govinda, and others, and rumors of conjugal love with Gadadhar, Jagadananda, and Swarup Damodar. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enjoyed all these four mellows, and thus he remained obliged to his devotees. So I think this Paramananda Puri is Kavi Karnapur as him, and such beautiful books he has written, Kavi Karnapur. Paramananda Puri is said to have been Uddhav in Vrindavan. His affection with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were on the platform of paternal love. This was because Paramananda Puri happened to be the god brother of the spiritual master of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Similarly, so this is not Kavi Karnapur, this is somebody else. Similarly, Ramananda Rai, who is considered an incarnation of Arjuna and to be some incarnation of Vishakha Devi, enjoyed unalloyed fraternal love with the Lord. Unalloyed personal service was enjoyed by Govinda and others in the presence of his most confidential devotees like Gadadhar Pandit, Jagadananda Pandit, and Swarup Damodar. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enjoyed the ecstasy of the ecstatic conditions of Srimati Radharani in her conjugal relationship with Krishna. Absorbed in these four transcendental mellows, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu resided in Jagannath Puri, feeling very much obliged to his devotees. So all these devotees, they were assisting him in relishing the rasa with Krishna. Okay, Shashi, you want to read?
Hare Krishna, Madhya. Yes, Kamartya Jana, Tanti Hiya Babhutama, Ishware Seki Iha Vishmaya, Tahi Mukhya Rasa Shraya, Halichanya Mahashaya, Tate Haya Sharva Bhavu Daya. Lila Shuk Bilvamangal Thakur was an ordinary human being, yet he developed many aesthetic symptoms in his body. What then is so astonishing about these symptoms being manifest in the body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? In the ecstatic mood of conjugal love, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was on the highest platform. Therefore, all the exuberant ecstasies were naturally visible in his body. Lila Shuk is Bilva Mangal Thakur Goswami. He was a South Indian, a Brahman, and his former name was Silhan Mishra. When he was a householder, he became attracted to a prostitute named Chintamani, but eventually he took her advice and became renounced. Thus, he wrote a book named Shanti Satak, and later, by the mercy of Lord Krishna and the Vaishnavas, he became a great devotee. Thus, he became famous as Bilvamangal Thakur Goswami. On that elevated platform, he wrote a book named Krishna Krina Amrita, which is very famous amongst Vaishnavas. Since he exhibited so many aesthetic symptoms, people used to call him Lila Suk. Text 18.
Lila Sukha, so Krishna Karnamrita. So he wrote this book. So here, Krishna Das Kaviraj is saying that Lila Sukha, he's an ordinary human being and he manifested so many of these ecstatic symptoms. So what to speak of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who's not a human being, right? And he's manifesting these symptoms. Yes. Continue.
Text 80. Urve Praja Vilase, Ye Tina Abhilashe, Yat Nahe Ashwade Nam Haile, Shri Radha Re Bhave Sara, Apane Kari Angikara, Se Tina Vastu Aswadite. During his previous pastimes in Vrindavan, Lord Krishna decided to enjoy the three different types of ecstasy. But despite great endeavor, he could not taste them. Such ecstasies are the monopoly of Srimati Radharani. Therefore, in order to taste them, Sri Krishna accepted the position of Srimati Radharani in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Apane kari ashwadane, शिखाले भक्त गाने प्रेमा चिंता मनारे प्रभु धानी नाही जाने स्थाना यारे तारे कैला दाना महाप्रभु दत्ता शिरोमणि. By personally tasting the mallows of love of Godhead, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught his direct disciples the process. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a wealthy capitalist possessing the touchstone of love of God. Not considering whether one is a proper or improper recipient, he gives his treasure to anyone and everyone. Thus, he is the most munificent. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's capital is the touchstone of love of Godhead, and consequently, he is a great owner of the transcendental treasure. After making unlimited amounts of gold, the touchstone remains the same. Similarly, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, although distributing love of Godhead unlimitedly, still remains the supreme owner of this transcendental opulence. His devotees, who learned it from him, also had to distribute it sufficiently all over the world. This Krishna conscious movement, following in the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his confidential devotees, is also trying to distribute love of Godhead all over the world through the chanting of the holy names of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Yes. Okay, now Shikala.
हरे कृष्ण आए भी हिंदी माता जी.
Okay.
ओके. ए गुप्त भाव सिंधु ब्रह्माना पाए एक बिंदु हेनो धन विलासिलो संसारे એ છે દયાલુ અવતાર એ છે દાતા નહીં યાર ગુણ કેવો નારે વર્ણી બારે. ट्रांसलेशन. ब्रह्मा जी समेत कोई भी इस गुप्त भाव सिंधु की एक बूंद का भी पार नहीं पा सकता या आस्वादन नहीं कर सकता, किंतु श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने अपनी अहेतु की कृपा से इस भगवत प्रेम को सारे विश्व में बांट दिया है. अतएव श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु से बढ़कर उदार अन्य कोई अवतार नहीं हो सकता. उनसे बड़ा दाता कोई नहीं है. भला उनके दिव्य गुणों का वर्णन कौन कर सकता है.
Shri Namo Mahabodhanyaya, right? Krishna Prema Pradayate.
तदायते कृष्णाय
Naya
कृष्ण
Krishna
चैतन्य
Chaitanya Namne
नामने गौरत विषय.
Go on.
थैंक यू. कोई बार कथा नो है कोई लेके हो ना बुझे એ છે ચિત્ર ચૈતન્ય રંગ से बुझीते पारे चैतन्य कृपा रे होय तार दासामी दास संग. ऐसी कथाएं सार्वजनिक रूप से कहने के लिए नहीं है, क्योंकि ऐसा करने पर भी कोई उन्हें समझ नहीं पाएगा। श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की लीलाएं इतनी अद्भुत है, जो उन्हें समझ सकता है उस पर श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने अपने निजी दास के दास की संगति प्रदान करके अवश्य कृपा की है। तात्पर्य, सामान्य व्यक्ति श्रीमती राधा रानी के दिव्य भावों को नहीं समझ सकता। अयोग्य होने पर भी जो उन भावों को समझने का प्रयास करने वाले लोग विकृत होकर सहजिया, बाउल तथा अन्य संप्रदायों में परिवर्तित हो जाते हैं, इस तरह उनकी शिक्षाएं विकृत होती है। यहाँ तक कि शैक्षिक क्षेत्र के विद्वान पंडित भी श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु तथा उनके शुद्ध भक्तों द्वारा प्रदर्शित भाव एवं दिव्य आनंद को नहीं समझ सकते। श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की लीलाओं को समझने के लिए मनुष्यों में योग्यता होनी चाहिए।
Yes, so this is very important. Such topics are not to be discussed freely because if they are, no one will understand them. Such are the wonderful pastimes of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Unto one who is able to understand, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has shown mercy by giving him the association of his own servant. So Prabhupada is listing here also two types of unfit people. I mean, all the sahajas were sentimental. They have no sahajas are people who are sentimental and they have no philosophical backing. So this is one type of people. Now the second type, they're scholars in the academic field, but they cannot understand the transcendental bliss and exhibited and ecstasy exhibited by Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his pure devotees. So one must be fit to understand the purport of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's activities. So that's Prabhupada's mercy on us. He's explaining, took so much trouble to explain to us who is Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and how something can go in. All right, Rashmi, where are you? Are you able to read? Rashmi?
Hare Krishna Mataji, I'm not able to read.
Okay. Chaitanya Lila Ratnasar Swarupera Bhandar Terhot Huila Raguna Kera Kante Tahan Kichu Yeshunilum Tahaihan Rishtarilum Gan Bhaktagane Kilune Vite. The pastime of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are the topmost of jewels. Topmost of jewels. Where is it? Topmost of jewels. They have been kept in the storehouse of Swarup Damodar Goswami, who has explained them to Raghunath Das Goswami, who has repeated them to me. Whatever little I have heard from Raghunath Das Goswami, I have described in this book, which is presented to all the devotees. So now Krishnadas Kaviraj is saying that actually, so how he wrote this Chaitanya Charitamrita and we are reading it. So how did he get it? From where did he get it?
Swarup Bhandar. Storehouse of
Sorry?
Swarup Damodar.
from Swarup Damodar
Swarup
Goswami
Damodar and
and Raghunath, and from Raghunath Das Goswami repeated to Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, who presented it to the devotees.
yeah, so meaning that remember that Raghunath, when he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, okay, Swarup Damodar, you take care of him. Right?
Yes.
And just see his great fortune. So he had a highly, highly qualified Shiksha Guru. And Mahaprabhu said, don't ask me anything, you ask everything to Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, to Swarup Damodar. So that's how Raghunath Das Goswami, he got to hear about all this. Yeah. All the activities of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were noted by his personal secretary, Swarup Damodar, and repeated to Raghunath Das Goswami, who memorized them, all right? He memorized them. So the notes, whatever Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami heard is recorded in Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is called the Parampara system from Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita.
From Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
From Chaitanya, no, 1 minute, sorry. This is called the Parampara system from Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Swarup Damodar, to Raghunath Das Goswami, to Kaviraj Goswami. Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami has distributed this information in his book Chaitanya Charitamrita. In other words, Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, the essence of the instructions given through the Parampara system of the disciplic succession stemming from Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All right. So that's why we keep going back and saying that whatever we're practicing is all coming from Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yadi kehahena kai grantha kaila shloka mai itara jane nari bebhu jite Prabhu rae आचारणम से करी वर्णना सर्वचिता नारी प्रभु राये आचरणा से करी वर्णना सर्वचित्त नारी आराधीते. If one says that Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita is full of Sanskrit verses and therefore not understandable by a common man, I reply that what I have described are the pastime of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and that for me to satisfy everyone. Not possible. Famous words, right? Everybody say this. Srila Kaviraj Goswami and one who follows in his footsteps do not have to cater to the public. Their business is to simply satisfy the previous acharyas and describe the pastimes of the Lord. One who is able to understand can relish this exalted transcendent literature, which is actually not meant for ordinary persons like scholars and literary men. Generally, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes recorded in the Chaitanya Charitamrita are studied in universities and scholastic circles from a literary and historical point of view. But actually, Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita is not a subject matter for research workers or literary scholars. It is simply meant for those devotees who have dedicated their lives to the service of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, so Krishna, remember he's in old age, Krishna Das Kaviraj. So he's writing very bluntly. I cannot satisfy the whole world, right? So if you say it's full of Sanskrit verses, all this, that, you say, I'm not here to satisfy you, but Prabhupada translated all those Sanskrit verses for us. Right. I just heard one lecture. It was a conversation. Well, a lecture, and then I guess it came into his conversation. So Prabhupada, somebody looks like was saying that, I think it was a lady who was speaking, that she cannot, speak all those Sanskrit verses, learn, it's too difficult, whatever. Prabhupada said, just like I'm speaking English, English is not my language, but I learned it, right? I learned it and I'm speaking English, right? And I'm not speaking English like an English gentleman. or an American gentleman. I'm speaking English in my own way. So similarly, you can learn Sanskrit. You are saying, no, you're not expected to be perfect in your, pronunciation. And just like I keep on saying, how we are speaking this Bengali, right? It's not our language or the Sanskrit. So we are speaking it in our own way. Very interesting conversation I heard this morning. Nahi kahan sa virodha, nahi kahan anurodha, sahaja vastu kari vivaran, yadi haira desha, tahan hai avesha, sahaja vastu hana yaya likhana. In this Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is no contradictory conclusion, nor is anyone else's opinion accepted. I have written this book to describe the simple substance as I have heard it from superiors. If I become involved in someone else's likes and dislikes, I cannot possibly write the simple truth. As I said, he's very blunt. The simplest thing for human beings is to follow their predecessors. Judgment according to mundane senses is not a very easy process. Whatever is awakened by attachment to one's predecessor is the way of devotional service as indicated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The author says, however, that he cannot consider the opinions of those who become attracted or repelled by such things, because one cannot write impartially in that way. In other words, the author is stating that he didn't inject personal opinion in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. He has simply described his spontaneous understanding from superiors. If he had been carried away by someone's likes and dislikes, he could not have written of such a sublime subject matter in such an easy way. The actual facts are understandable to real devotees. When these facts are recorded, they are very congenial to the devotees. When these facts are recorded, they're very congenial to the devotees. But one who is not a devotee cannot understand. Such is the subject matter for realization. Mundane scholarship and its concomitant attachments and detachments cannot arouse spontaneous love of Godhead. Such love cannot be described by a mundane scholar. Our time is over. 2 minutes. But let us just complete this, because otherwise we'll become all few verses. Then we complete this section. Ye ba nahi bhuje keha, shunite seha, Adbhuta Chaitanya Charita, Krishne Upajive Priti, Jani Berasira Riti, Shunile Barahayita. If one doesn't understand in the beginning but continues to hear again and again, see, Krishna Das Kaviraj is giving the method, and Prabhupada give the same method. He said, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, you're not understanding, just read it again and again and again. So what will happen if we but continues to hear again and again, the wonderful effects of Lord Chaitanya's pastimes will bring love for Krishna. Gradually, one will come to understand the loving affairs between Krishna and the gopis and other associates of Vrindavan. Everyone is advised to continue to hear over and over again. in order to greatly benefit. Okay. Are you not feeling like reading Chaitanya Charitamrita from beginning all over again? I am feeling like this, right?
I'm feeling like reading this section again, Mataji, the entire Krishna Kanda.
So beautiful. Bhagavata Shlokamai. 1 minute. Bhagavata Shlokamai. Tikatara Samskritahai. Tabhuke che bhuje tribhuvana. Ihan shluka dvichari. Tara vyakya bhasha kari. Tinena bhujibe sarva jana. In reply to those critics who say that Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita is full of Sanskrit verses, it can be said that Srimad Bhagavatam is also full of Sanskrit verses, as are the commentaries on Srimad Bhagavatam. Nonetheless, Srimad Bhagavatam can be understood by everyone, as well as by advanced devotees who study the Sanskrit commentaries. Why then will people not understand the Chaitanya Charitamrita? There are only a few Sanskrit verses, and these have been explained in the Bengali vernacular. What is the difficulty in understanding? I guess somebody must have been criticizing, right? So he's writing like this. Shesha Lila Sutra Gana Kailun Kichu Vivarana Ihan Vistarite Chittahai Thake Yadi Ayushesh Vistari Balila Shesh Yadi Mahaprabhura Kripa. I have already given a synopsis of all the facts and figures, of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's last pastimes, and I have a desire to describe them elaborately. If I remain longer and I'm fortunate enough to receive the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I shall try to describe them again more elaborately. So this is the Antya Lila that Krishna Das Kaviraj is giving a summary here. Ami vridha jaratura likhite kampaye kara mane kichu smarana. Sorry. Nahai na dekhiye nayane na shuniye shravane tabu likhe bara vishmay. I have now become too old, vridha, and disturbed by invalidity, jara atura. While I write, my hands tremble. I cannot remember anything, nor can I see or hear properly. Still I write, and this is a great wonder. Antya lila sat sutra madhye vishtara kare ki chukari nun varnana. Iha madhye mariyabe varnitetna paritabe lila bhakta ganadhan. In this chapter, I have to some extent describe the essence of the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya at the end. If I die in the meantime and cannot write them in detail, at least the devotees will have this transcendental treasure. Then we should start. All right. So let's read this last one. संक्षेपे सूत्र केला ये हन्ना लिखीला आगे तहा करीब विस्तारा यदि तत दीना जिए महाप्रभुरा कृपा है इच्छा भरी करीब विचार. In this chapter, I have briefly described the Antya Lila. Whatever I have not described, I shall describe extensively in the future. If by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, I live for so many days that I can fulfill my desires. I will give full consideration to these aspects. All right. So we're 5 minutes over time of 10 minutes. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Okay, so
Beautiful.
sweet. Circuit passing. Titanam Bhavana. Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Then the Pranam Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. I can't stop this.